July 4th is not what you think it is. It's not a celebration. It's not fireworks. It's a portal. The moon is shifting into a position it hasn't held in decades. And when it clicks into place, your timeline gets tested. It's not with chaos, but with a choice. There's a rare lunar event unfolding, one that won't make headlines, but will tear something open in you, if you're sensitive enough to feel it. You may have noticed the weird sleep. People speak, but their words miss. You walk into a room and forget why you came. You sense endings before they happen. This isn't random, it's spiritual compression. And tomorrow, the moon makes contact. On July 4th, a rare moon will rise. Not as a symbol of time passing, but as a sacred turning point. This isn't just a celestial event. It is a divine portal, one that opens only when the energies of the universe align with the silent prayers of the soul. This moon carries frequencies of revelation, healing, and renewal. And it is reaching for you. This moment is not random. It has been encoded into your journey. It arrives now because now is when your soul is ready to remember what it came here to become. The energies of this moon will stir ancient knowing within your spirit, waken forgotten truths in your heart, and gently unravel the illusions you've outgrown. You may feel emotions surface without reason. The body may shift in subtle ways, or time may begin to bend around moments of clarity. This moon does not come to visit, it comes to transform. And if you welcome it fully, fearlessly, it will guide you into the next chapter of your becoming. If you feel the rare energy of this moment, type "I'm ready" in the comments. Take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and become part of our growing spiritual family. This rare moon rises into a sacred position, a point of profound energetic alignment that weaves together the wisdom of astrology, the vibration of numbers, and the whispers of the unseen realms. This is not just an astronomical event, it is a divine communication. The universe speaks in symbols, and on this night, its message is one of spiritual revolution. The moon, ever the keeper of mystery, becomes a portal on this day, a luminous bridge between what has been and what longs to be. In astrology, the moon governs the hidden layers of our inner world, our emotions, our intuition, our ancestral memory. When it enters a rare energetic alignment like this, it activates not only the heavens, but the sacred architecture of the soul. On this night, we are pulled not outward but inward. The moon doesn't shine to guide the eyes. It shines to awaken the heart, stirs the inner waters, bringing old emotions to the surface, to harm but to heal. Feelings long buried may rise unexpectedly, not as chaos, but as clarity. This is the moment your soul has been waiting for, the opportunity to finally see what you've been too busy, too afraid, or too distracted to face. Numerologically, the date carries a powerful sequence. July is the 7th month, a number deeply tied to spiritual awakening, solitude, and divine wisdom. The number 4, representing the day, is the number of foundation, of inner structure, of sacred rebuilding. Together, 7 and 4 create a unique alchemy of vibration, of introspection meeting manifestation, spiritual insight grounding itself into form. This is not a fleeting burst of energy. This is architecture being rewritten at the soul level. The moon's alignment is further amplified by the movements of Saturn and Neptune, two planetary forces that rarely harmonize this gracefully. Saturn, the wise teacher and guardian of karma, invites you to take responsibility for your destiny, to step into spiritual maturity. Meanwhile, Neptune dissolves the illusion of separation, opening your intuitive channels, sharpening your dreams, and letting the divine speak through visions, feelings, and knowing. And then there is Pluto, the cosmic phoenix, the destroyer and rebuilder. Its subtle influence beneath this moon offers one question: what must die within you for your truth to live? The presence of Pluto is not to fear, it is to trust. It clears the garden so the soul can bloom. You may feel this moon physically tiredness, without reason, or a sudden rush of energy, like your cells are remembering something ancient. You may feel emotional ripple stares without cause, joy without explanation, or a sense of deep longing that isn't yours alone but echoes through lifetimes. Spiritually, synchronicities may intensify. Dreams may feel prophetic. Time may feel suspended, because this is not an ordinary night. This is a sacred ceremony orchestrated by the stars, designed specifically for those who are ready. And if you're hearing this message, you are ready. The moon on July 4th is not simply rising, it is summoning. It is calling you into alignment not just with the cosmos, but with your highest path. Not with your past self, but with your potential. Not with fear, but with divine remembrance. Stand beneath its light. Close your eyes. Feel the ancient rhythm of the universe vibrating through your chest. The moon remembers who you are even if you've forgotten. And on this night, it will help you remember too. This moment is unlike any other. There is a stillness around you now. Even if the world outside seems to be spinning, it's not an emptiness, but a pause, a soft pause from the universe, asking nothing from you but your presence. It doesn't require you to change anything, not yet, only to arrive. Let's be here now in this rare sacred space, between the breath you just took and the one that's coming next. The moon above you carries an ancient frequency, one that recognizes your soul, even if you don't yet recognize yourself. This is the moment it speaks not with words, but with vibration, with light, with rhythm, with truth. Not the loud truth others shout at you, but the quiet one you've always known in your core. The kind that doesn't need explanation, only recognition. The kind that doesn't shake your world, it grounds it. Allow the silence between these words to hold you not as something empty, but as something full of presence, of grace, of remembrance. What is asking to return to you in this pause? What strength have you forgotten? What softness have you buried? And what part of you has been patiently waiting for a moment like this to awaken? Begin with these words not as something to repeat mechanically, but as invitations to reconnect. Speak them softly or let them echo within you. There is no right way to do this. The only truth required here is your openness. I welcome the wisdom of this moon. You are not broken. You are in process. Like the tides drawn by this moon, your emotions may rise and fall, but they do not drown you. They teach you. They cleanse. They reveal what is aching for love, not shame. They remind you that feeling deeply is not weakness. It is proof of life and the purity of a heart still open to truth. The rare energies flowing tonight are not meant to overwhelm. They are meant to awaken like sacred hands dusting off an ancient mirror so you can see your reflection clearly, maybe for the first time. Not the mask you wear, not the role you perform, but the you that existed before the world told you who to be. There is something holy in this moment, not in the way of ceremony, but in simplicity. Just you in the sky. Just the breath and the light. Just the gentle knowing that everything you've endured, everything you've survived, has brought you here not for more pain, but for purpose. I am ready to see what I could not see before. Let these words settle not just in the mind, but in the body. Feel the truth of them in your bones, in the quiet drumbeat of your heart. You are not waiting to become worthy. You already are. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly on time, and this moon is your confirmation, now. In this stillness, allow yourself to place down what you've been carrying, not because you're giving up, but because it's finally safe to set it down. The judgment, the fear, the tight grip on outcomes you cannot control. The shame of not knowing what comes next, you are not meant to hold it all alone. Not tonight. There is a river of energy flowing beneath the surface now. You don't need to push it. You don't need to force clarity. You are invited only to float, to surrender into the stream of transformation that already knows the way. The mind may not understand. That's okay. The soul remembers. Speak these words like offerings, like prayers that rise through the skin of the night and return to you. As truth, everything I release tonight makes room for something greater. Stay here for a little longer. To doing, there is no urgency in the sacred. There is only depth. The moon asks for presence, not performance, for honesty, not perfection. It does not need you to shine. It only asks that you stop hiding your light. And when you're ready, when your soul feels full and the silence feels like home, know that you've already begun. The ritual isn't something you do, it's something you are. This moon didn't come to change the world around you. It came to awaken the one within you. The stillness has become a sanctuary now, because the world outside has changed, but because something inside you has. Subtle but real. The shift doesn't always arrive like thunder. Sometimes it's a quiet settling, a deeper breath, a truth no longer resisted. And this is how transformation begins, not in grand gestures, but in small moments of return. There is something powerful about being seen by the deep universe, especially when you are not trying to be seen. This moon doesn't respond to performance. It responds to presence. And in this moment, you are fully present, not as someone striving to become spiritual, but as someone remembering they already are. You are now in sacred rhythm with the moon's message. And from this space, you may begin to plant the seeds of what is to come, not through force, not through demand, but through sacred intention. The kind that rises from deep within your soul, not a wish, but a knowing, a quiet statement to the stars. I am ready to live in alignment with who I truly am. Whisper within yourself, what is ready to leave me now with grace and no resistance? There is no need to have the answers. The questions themselves are a portal. By asking them, you awaken the ancient intelligence that lives within you. Intelligence has always been there, beneath the noise, beneath the doubt. It is part of your original design, visualized not with your eyes, but with your inner awareness, soft clearing forming in your life. The old leaves fall gently to the earth. Outdated identities begin to lift. Expectations not rooted in love begin to dissolve. You no longer cling to what used to be, and in that clearing, something quiet and powerful emerges. Not something foreign, but something familiar, something you once were, something you've always been. From that clearing, affirm now, I no longer carry what is not mine. The light of the moon above you and the light within you merge in harmony. There is no separation between cosmic and personal. What moves in the heavens reflects what moves in your spirit. And this moon, this sacred mirrors, showing you the version of yourself that is whole, unshaken, and quietly powerful. Let this moment be your altar. You don't need candles or crystals or words from a book. You only need sincerity. That is the most powerful ritual of all, the return to truth. And in this sacred return, something shifts in the timeline of your life. A door opens, and alignment locks into place. You may not see it right away, but the current has changed. You are now walking a new path, not a better one, a truer one, and the moon, it witnessed it all. It will carry this version of you across the sky tonight. It will whisper your name in frequencies too high for the ear, but perfect for the soul. And that whisper will reach the places that once felt abandoned. It will echo in the parts of you that have been waiting to hear. You are not alone, you are not lost, you are not behind. Say once more with quiet reverence, I claim this new chapter with grace. You're still here, in the same space, but something is different. That difference may feel small, but it is everything. It's the beginning of a new rhythm, a new alignment. It's a deeper loyalty to your own becoming as you slowly begin to return to the outer world. Know this, the ritual doesn't end when this experience closes. The energy remains. It lingers in your words and your choices and how you speak to yourself. You are now carrying the frequency of this moon. Wherever you go, you are now the light. You are now the vessel. You are now the reminder for others. That awakening is not a destination. It is a remembrance. Keep walking gently. Keep listening deeply. And know that what you've set into motion tonight will unfold in perfect time. The moon is watching, the stars are listening, and your soul. Your soul is rising. The sky has always carried messages far beyond weather and light. It holds memory. It holds prophecy. And on nights like this, under moons like this, it holds a mirror not the kind you look into with your eyes, but the kind that reflects the truth your soul has been aching to remember. This is not just an event in the sky. This is a spiritual reckoning. The rare alignment of the moon on July 4th is more than timing. It's a divine equation, a convergence of unseen forces working together to activate something sacred within you. Not a concept, not a metaphor or a real shift. A moment written in your blueprint long before you took your first breath. You were never meant to move through life numb. You were never meant to shrink beneath the weight of false identities. The world may have taught you to stay quiet, to question your gifts, to bury your wisdom. But the universe always remembered. And tonight, it's reminding you, this is not about becoming someone new. It's about shedding what was never yours. This moon isn't rising just to light up the night. It is rising to wake you up. It's calling out to every buried dream, every silenced truth, every spark you dimmed to survive, not to shame you, but to restore you. Because the most profound realization of this moment is this: you are not broken. You are becoming. The pain wasn't punishment. The confusion wasn't failure. Every detour, every heartbreak, every shadowed chapter has been shaping you for this very now. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time, standing on the edge of your next becoming. The world may never understand the depth of your journey. It may never grasp the nights you wept in silence, the moments you doubted whether light would ever return. But this moon does. It has seen every version of you, and now it shines, not just above you. But for you, you may have thought the healing would come in a straight line. You may have hoped the answers would arrive tied in neat ribbons. But transformation is not neat. It's raw. It's messy. It's holy. And this is your holy unraveling. This moon carries a frequency that speaks in soul language, not to your logical mind, but to the deeper knowing that lives in your belly, in your bones, in the soft part of your chest that tightens when something true is near. It's telling you, you're not here to play small. You're not here to repeat patterns that never belonged to you. You're not here to carry ancestral burdens that are asking to. And with you, you are the shift. You are the first breath after 1,000 silent generations. You are the living proof that healing is possible, that light doesn't need to wait. That divinity can wear your face. The most sacred power you hold isn't control, it's presence. It's choosing moment after moment to stay awake when it would be easier to shut down. The moon hears that. The universe responds to that. And in this sacred alignment, doors begin to open, not just outside of you, but within you, doors that lead to courage, to love without condition, to expression without fear, to life without the weight of pretending. So pause here. Let this sink in, not as information, but as sacred truth. You are not your past. You are not your doubt. You are the observer, the alchemist, the one who breaks cycles by breathing differently, by speaking differently, by choosing differently. And if your voice shakes when you begin, if your hands tremble as you release the old, let them. That is not weakness. That is power in motion. That is what it looks like when the soul begins to rise. This moon does not require perfection. It calls for presence, for reverence, for honesty. It calls for a return to your original essence before the world told you what you could or couldn't be, before you traded your truth for safety, before you dimmed your light to belong. Now something ancient is unfolding again. The stars are aligning not just above, but within you. That knowing you've been carrying, the one that's whispered to you in dreams, in moments of stillness, in the soft ache that never quite left. It's real. It was never your imagination. It was your calling. You were never meant to walk this world half alive. You were meant to burn bright, to walk with the kind of grace that comes from knowing who you are, even when others do not. And now that you've crossed the invisible threshold, something inside you begins to settle. Not because all the answers have arrived, but because the right questions have. You begin to see that the real transformation isn't about becoming someone new. It's about shedding the old skin, the identity you wore to survive, the stories you clung to when the world felt unsafe, the walls you built around your heart that once protected you, but now only keep the light out. You no longer need to justify your growth. You don't need permission to evolve. This moon does not ask for approval. It asks for embodiment. It calls on you to stop performing for love and begin becoming love itself. Stop negotiating with your intuition and start following it like a sacred map. Walk into the unknown not with fear, but with reverence for the mystery unfolding through you. The most powerful realization is this: nothing outside you needs to change for your life to become sacred. The shift happens when your inner world aligns with truth, when you stop seeking what's already within you, when you recognize that the moon, the stars, the heavens, everything you look to for guidance is already encoded into your being. You are a living constellation, a spiritual blueprint. Walking the earth, your breath is ancient, your presence is prophetic. You carry the stardust of every life you've ever lived, and the fire of every truth you've been afraid to speak. That's why this moment feels so heavy, so holy, because you're not just shifting a single life. You are shifting timelines, rewriting patterns, healing generations. And none of it is too much for you. There may still be doubts. That's okay. Doubt is part of the path, but doubt does not erase destiny. Fear may whisper, but fear is not your compass. The compass is deeper. It's quiet, but it's unwavering. It's that knowing you feel right now as the words echo through you, as the light of this moon touches parts of your soul that haven't felt seen in years. You are not alone in this rising. The universe is walking beside you. Your ancestors are watching, your future self is cheering, and your spirit is singing a song you've always known. Even if you'd forgotten the melody until now, before you leave this sacred space, take one more breath. Not just to pause, but to honor what has moved through you. What happened in this moment wasn't just listening, wasn't just reflection, it was realignment. Your soul responded to a cosmic call, and that alone is a powerful act of courage. The moon called, and you answered. That choice carries weight in the unseen realms. Now, you stand more awake than you were before. It's not because every answer is clear, but because you've remembered the only one that truly matters. You were always meant to find this moment. Divine timing is not an accident. It is a sacred design. If this video found you before July 4th, it's because your spirit is ready to receive what this rare moon brings. If it found you after, trust it was never too late. The energy lingers. For those who are open, for those who say yes to becoming this community you're part of isn't just made of viewers. It's made of soul travelers, seekers, and patchers. Those who've been through fire and still choose to rise. And now, I invite you to join your voice with ours, not in noise but in sacred unity. If something awakened inside you today, share it in the comments below. Speak from your heart. You never know whose spirit your truth will uplift, who needs exactly what you have to say, whether it's a few simple words, reflection, or even a quiet affirmation. Let this be a space where light meets light. And if this message stirred something in you, like, share and subscribe not for numbers but for energy. Each click is a ripple. Each action extends this frequency to those silently praying for a sign. This is how we amplify healing, by not holding the light to ourselves, but by passing it on. This isn't just a video. It's a circle, a sacred gathering of souls across space and time, and you're part of it now. You've added your energy to this moment, and the universe recognizes it. The alignment of this moon didn't just activate the skies, it activated you. And when we each rise in our own way, the entire world shifts. Keep walking your path, not for perfection, but for presence, not for validation, but for truth. You don't need to wait for another sign. This was the sign. Let it anchor into your days, remind you when doubt returns, echo in your actions, relationships, and dreams. And when you look up at the moon on July 4th, or any night after, know that you're not just looking at light. You're looking at a reflection of everything you hold within. The moon rises for all of us, but tonight, it rises through you, as a witness to your remembering, as a mirror for your becoming. If you haven't already, subscribe and become part of this spiritual family. We walk this journey together, not always with answers, but always with intention. You'll find here regularly new messages, insight, guidance, energy, updates, sacred support, to keep you aligned with your highest path. And if you know someone who'd benefit from this message, don't hesitate. Send it their way. The right message at the right time can change everything. That is the power of divine timing, the magic of spiritual alignment. The reason this community is not just to awaken individually, but to rise collectively. The moon has done its part. The message has been delivered. Now it's your turn to live it, not in rush, not in pressure, but in sacred rhythm. You are not just guided, you are guarded. This moment will stay with you if you let it. Let the light of this moon mark the beginning of something real. Let this be your time, your rising. The chapter where everything finally makes sense, not because life became easier, but because you became clearer. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening not just to me, but to your own soul. That's where the real magic lives, and it's only just beginning.